But oh goodness gracious, the Sonic Underground, uh, Sonic Underground was like, do you want to turn away and turn a blind eye to all these people suffering, while you live in luxury as a bunch of people here? Like, is this what you really want? Oh, Penders, don't get me started on Penders. Please don't get me started on Penders. Please don't get me started on Penders. You want me to get started on Penders? You want my opinion and my 2 cents on Penders? Okay, here's my 2 cents on Penders. I grew up reading Penders. Penders. I adored the Sonic comics as a kid. I did not see very much wrong with the first 50 comics as a kid, but looking back, there was a lot of problematic shit going down there, and it just started going downhill and downhill and downhill. And then I dropped off at about episode chapter 50 when Sonic and Eggman had their big slugfest down, and then Eggman Prime died, and then it just went really downhill. I think that was about the time when Penders went full Superman ripoff with Knuckles' entire society. And I, as a kid, because here's the thing, I didn't, I was too young to realize that Knuckles' entire society had been ripped off from Superman. And yeah, I'm so glad that they got carried forward the good parts of the IDW series. Yeah, I want to read more of the IDW series because from what I played of Frontier, I really enjoyed the Frontier series, Frontier game, and they're acknowledging a lot of mistakes that were made in the past. And I like that about the new writing and stuff. Here's the thing about Penders, though. He just makes mistake after mistake after mistake. I'm like, ah. I think I had it up to here with Penders when I heard what he was doing with Knuckles' family. It's like, oh yeah, by the way, Enerjack is just gonna one shot Mammoth Mogul. Thank you for basically negating the entire massive buildup of Mammoth Mogul as the biggest badass guy. Yeah, Ian Flynn is the lead guy for Frontier, which is surprising because they were like, oh, why don't we get the RDW series? Mammoth Mogul was really cool, even to me. Like, I mean, he was like the most ancient badass of them all. He was around since the dawn of time. He had all this time to do it, and then he gets literally defeated by Zod. No doubt about it. He gets defeated by Zod, and is and then it all goes downhill from there. I mean, where'd he go up from that? Where'd he go off from that? He just 1v1. He gets 1v1 by Zada. Zada on the top of the Millennium Tower. Like, I mean, come on. Doesn't even have the dignity to rip off his suit jacket first. Doesn't even allow him to do that. Just sort of just gets blasted. It was I also kind of didn't like what he did with the whole oh yeah, by the way, power rings were constructed. I like the idea that power rings came from somewhere. I just kind of like the idea that they were kind of sort of I like the idea that power rings were sort of more magical than anything else, but like I'm kind of on the fence of Power Rangers being constructive than anything else, because here I always liked growing up with Sonic with the Sonic TV series Satam, and Satam to me was a great series. Um, going through Satam and like it's like Sonic's in trouble. What do? You throw him a magically expanding power ring. He grabs it and he goes the equivalent of Supersonic in the TV series. And he gets a supercharged up and he can go and do his entire thing. He goes supersonic. He goes fast because that gives him the power to go faster, and smash robots. Do it very well, and I like that idea. You give Sonic a ring, and he goes fast. As a kid, I had this little tiny backpack, which I convinced my dad to make out of cloth, and we carved a wooden ring out of it just so I could have it as a kid. And I always will remember that fondly because it was one of the projects we did together as father and son. So it was fun. Back in the day, when things got interesting. I like the idea that rings are magical in nature. It's why I like yeah, in the Archie series, Sonic's dad's literally dying. Literally the Power Rangers was able to save him. I'm like, I remember that. I remember that. Why didn't they do that? They keep that mystery to itself. But it's like, no, but the Power Rangers have to be created. And they're created. They're like hyper science technology. I'm like, but but any magic in Sonic is indistinguishable from technology. You know that now. You don't have to super explain everything. Ah, that's like saying the Chaos Emerald is born from her. That's the thing. That's the thing. Is like people also say that like the Chaos Emeralds were all like mined out and stuff, and to make Angel Island float. And I'm like, why? Okay, I can get the fact that they were like mined out and stuff, but like I don't know. Archie Sonic was a mess and a glorious mess at the same time, but there's just a lot of stuff that Penders was not counting on to pull his fat out of the fryer, and now he's just hawking wares at 2 a.m. in the morning behind the bus stop. It was a glorious mess when it counted, but now it's just a mess. And now it's just a mess for a lot of people. It can be fun, but there's a lot of things that we do remember fondly, and there's a lot of things we just like want to toss into a flaming dumpster at 2 a.m. in the morning into a grease pit, or light it on fire. In any case, uh, yeah, I guess that's my decompression rant for today. I needed to get that out of my system some of the years. Oh goodness gracious! What a world! Okay, all right. Ah. If that doesn't make it into a clip, into some kind of YouTube clip or something later down the road, I'm gonna flame myself alive. All right, you guys have fun. I will raid you guys into somebody else. Raid myself into somebody else. Oh yeah, the origin of the rings are a little unclear. Yeah, they're supposed to create them in Chaos Emeralds. I'm like, oh yeah, I know. Oh, why is it so messy? All right, let's find something to read. My throat is completely dead now.